What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to do an inner fender mod on a 2006 Chevy 2500 HD. There's plenty of stuff. It's just kind of like the NorCal Nick inner fender mod that you can find videos on YouTube, but that's for the newer body style. This is for the older body style. And I'm one of those visual people that when I was looking to do this, I was trying to find someone who had the exact rig as mine so that I could see exactly what they did. And I was never able to truly find that, so that's why I'm making the video. I'm going to go ahead and apologize up front. I do not have YouTube experience, so my video is going to be a little probably shaky. I don't have any tripods or anything, so I'm going to have to cut a lot. And I got a little bit of a cold, so I'm breathing through my mouth a lot. So apologies for all that up front, but hopefully this will help someone. So first things first, the reason I'm doing this, I got these new 20 by 9 deep dish ultra wheels with a 33 by 11.5 tire. And when I went with the wider tire, obviously when you turn, it rubs the inner fender, hence the inner fender mod. So first thing you need to do is obviously jack it up and take off the tire. I've already done the driver's side, that was my learning experience. And now I'm going to show you guys how to do the passenger side. Some of the tools you're going to need to remove all these plugs here, and there's a whole bunch of them around. I found that this, I think it's a boot removal tool. You can get the teeth of this right underneath those plugs, pinch down and pull straight out, and it actually pulls them out pretty easily. And then of course some flathead screwdrivers help as well. Ear and eye protection suggested. It's up to you, it's your life. Good lighting, and then when you get in there you're going to need a Sharpie, and then I used this cutting tool here to actually cut the metal that's behind here that we'll cut a couple notches in, and then we'll peel back a section, and we'll take a hammer, which I don't have here yet, and pound that back, and then round the whole thing back, and then we're going to put a zip tie through this hole here, and it's actually that piece of metal that you can see right there that we're going to be moving back. And then of course your trusty sidekick, he's always helpful. Alright, I'm going to cut it there. I'm going to get this inner fender removed. So we're back. Remove the inner fender well here, exposing everything. And I forgot to say that you're going to have to remove these two if you have the same trim piece as I do. And then I'm going to clean this up with a rag real quick just to make it a little nicer. Here's basically what we're doing. This is the piece right here that's getting in the way, okay? So we're going to need to take and clean all this gunk out. There's a little bit of, I'm assuming, fire insulation here, or some sort of maybe just sound deadening, that's going to need to be peeled back so it doesn't catch fire when we do the cutting. And we need to notch this piece right here. Okay, so we're going to draw a line here. First things first is we're going to take some pliers, and we're going to take this whole piece and we're going to peel it forward so it lays flat outward. And then we're going to draw a line down there and one up here somewhere. Once we do that, we can then take and cut back in those notches, take a hammer and peel this backwards. I'm trying to remember on the other side, because I did the other side at a different time, not today, if I peeled in or back, so I'll have to maybe go take a peek real quick. And then once that's peeled out of the way, we can then take a hammer from underneath and we can bend this whole flat piece that'll be out here back and forward, which will take this hole and put it back, kind of back up here and back about, I don't know, half an inch or so. And that should do the job to clear. And then you'll put this piece right back on, your plugs right back in. It's just this whole area here and over are going to be bent backwards. Okay, so cleared all this out. There was a ton of dirt and grime and whatever, and I peeled back that insulation back into here, and we're pulling this out. I already started pulling on this, but I thought I just used some channel locks. You're going to grab onto it and just take and peel this down. Don't reef on it too hard because you don't want to damage it too bad. But you're basically trying to expose this back plate right here. You can see how much gunk is in there. So let's pull that back a little bit more. Again, sorry about the shakiness, guys. One hand, no tripod. If I start making more videos, maybe I'll invest in some equipment. Okay, so that's pretty well done. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up some more, and then I'm going to draw my lines on where I'm going to cut. And then I'll cut with the grinder, and once that's done, that's when we start pounding that guy back. Okay, back in a minute. Alright, we're back. I just finished with the cuts. Point of note, if you have a thinner blade than that thickness, it'll cut a little better. This one kicked a little bit, but my thinnest one snapped on a different job. So anyways, here's where we're at. You put your first notch up here, your second one right there, and again you're trying to get as close back to that corner as you could. I started hitting other things with this one, so this is as far as I got on that lower one, but we should be all right. And then your other notch goes right here. And I just came up from underneath and just two hands held it nice and slow. You got to be careful because this trim piece is under here, and you don't want to kick on into anything else. Be also aware of where you're throwing your sparks. So that's where the cuts are. Now we're just going to take that hammer and we're going to just pound this chunk that we just cleaned those two edges off back inwards towards the cab, and then we'll fold this up, and then that takes care of it other than a little bit of paint. Alright, we're back. We got it all pounded back well enough. As you can see, this is where we started. This is where we're at now. It is a little bit of a beast to do. Hammer, if you had a small sledge, probably work better. I don't own one, so I took and bent this down versus it's when it was flat earlier. And once you get it started, so you know, initially it's coming out this way, you're gonna have to pound it a little bit this way to get it started. And then tip would be to get back at this angle, because then when you're swinging, you're going into the truck versus swinging out here into the side body and that kind of stuff. I also bungeed this back a little bit just to help. So anyways, that's where we're at. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of primer, and then I'm gonna fold this up, hit it with a little bit more primer, and that's pretty much the job. You just put it back together in reverse, and make sure to put this insulation back out. Okay, there's the finished project. Just sprayed my primer on there to keep any rust from happening. As you can see, we hit this from the bottom and bent it up so that it's nice and tucked a lot further back. When we first started this thing was sitting out here maybe 1/2 to 3/4 an inch further than it is right now. And that's the whole point, right? It's going to give the tire room to clear this in the back corner here when it full lock. So I hope the video helped. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments below. I'll do my best to respond quickly. And have a good day.